It's time for another Buccaneers Mock Draft. Casey Phillips here with staff writer Carmen Vitali. We alternate every week. You do one, Scott Smith does one, and you drew the short straw of being the week that all chaos happened. And I'm betting you had your mock draft pretty much done, and then a few little things happened last week.
Yeah, I was actually trying to be responsible and get everything done kind of ahead of time, make sure, to give you a heads up, to give our graphics team a heads up, was trying to be a good teammate. And this is what I get. No good deed goes unpunished, apparently. So yeah, I'm not kidding when I tell you I had my mock draft done and sent by about 11 a.m. that day on Friday. And then all Hades broke loose and we got the trade from San Francisco up to number 3 with the Dolphins. And then the Dolphins subsequently trading that 12th pick to trade up with the Eagles to the number 6 pick. So the domino effect is just outrageous in this whole thing. I had to completely, down to the last couple picks of this mock draft. I mean, it really, really set me back, but that's what you do when it comes to mock drafting. That's
what you get. That's what you get for trying to be a good teammate. All right, so let's look at these first 8 picks. You mentioned a couple of those trades, and then it looks like you just decided to throw another one in for good measure.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because why not, right? Now, the kind of overwhelming sentiment is that quarterback's going to go 1, 2, 3. San Francisco did not make that trade lightly, so they're going to take a quarterback. And there's been kind of some differing opinions as to who exactly they're going to take, but I have them taking Trey Lance out of North Dakota State, even though most people think maybe Justin Fields will be the 3rd quarterback off the board. It'll be interesting, though, to see who that actually. I think even Mac Jones's name was thrown out there, even though he's kind of thought to be the 5th of the 5. But yeah, and then I had Atlanta sitting there at 4, and then all these other teams kind of that are quarterback needy, being like, hey, we better get up there and we better take our guy before he's gone. So then Atlanta trades out of the 4th spot, and we get quarterbacks 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the last time quarterbacks went 1, 2, 3 was 1999 in the 1999 draft. That was the draft with Donovan McNabb going 2nd overall. 4 quarterbacks have never gone 1, 2, 3, 4. So until my trade, because I just decided that this wasn't chaotic enough. But I do actually think that it could be a real possibility.
That would be really intriguing. I like that idea. Okay, so picks 9 through 16. Let's take a look at these. And of course, we always like highlighting the fellow division rivals. So you have the Falcons taking a tight end at 9.
Yeah, they get instantly better with Kyle Pitts out of Florida. This guy he's basically a receiver, but he is by far and away the best tight end on the board. The Falcons need a tight end. And they're really happy to get this. And I think the Bucs are not as happy because they are a division rival. And now their offense has gotten instantly better with Matt Ryan still at quarterback, and now given another weapon. So yeah, we've got a really good prospect still on the board because of this run of quarterbacks.
That's a great point. All right, picks 17 through 24. You decided that you wanted to give Andy Dalton some weapons there.
And Andy Dalton is still a great quarterback, and I think that Bears fans just set their sights on Russell Wilson, and it kind of set themselves up for disappointment, unfortunately. But I don't think they should be disappointed, and Andy Dalton is my point. He is a great quarterback still. He just needs some more weapons because the Bears have very limited options there. Allen Robinson looks like he's staying put, despite the fact that there was a little bit of controversy there if he wanted to leave, if he didn't, but they get a wide receiver, and I think that they're trying to, make the best of this Andy Dalton situation and set him up for success as much as possible.
And you have a running back coming off the board here.
Yeah, this is the first running back. I think this is probably a kind of a sweet spot for these running backs to go, but Pittsburgh takes Najee Harris out of Alabama, who is just a huge back, kind of in the vein of Derrick Henry. I don't want to obviously put that expectation on him because Derrick Henry is a breed all of his own, the offensive player of the year last year. But I think Najee Harris is going to have a great, career here in the NFL and be a contributor right away. And the Steelers need that kind of help for their ground game. So that's a good pickup for them.
Okay, and then we have the last group of picks, which of course includes the Buccaneers at 32, and you have them taking a running back.
I do. It actually kind of just fell this way where a lot of the teams right in front of the Bucs had some specific needs. I had actually Kansas City even trading up because they are in desperate need of an offensive tackle after letting their two bookends go of that offensive line, and they didn't make any more splashes in free agency as far as acquiring anyone else. So I think they see this run on tackles in prior picks and realize we have to go up and get someone. So they get a tackle, and it kind of just, again, another domino effect of some specific needs. And it happens to be that Travis Etienne from Clemson falls to the Bucs. And this is a guy that's, he really stepped up his game as far as his receiving game, his pass catching game. He had 48 catches this past season for 588 receiving yards. And that's something the Bucs are still looking to complement their running back room with, is a receiving back. And I think that he's probably the best one in this draft. And if he's sitting there, I don't know how you don't take him.
Yeah, you and Scott both agree on that one, that would be a great.
You did. It was not on purpose at all, because I actually purposely don't look at Scott's mocks because I don't want to be swayed. And I go back afterwards and kind of compare them. And so I just laughed to myself because we did it again where we picked the same prospect. And I was like, well, great minds think alike, right?
There you go. I like that. All right. Well, great job as always. And just a reminder to everybody to stay tuned to Buccaneers.com for not only the remainder of the free agency news, but all these different mock drafts that are going to be happening every single week leading up to the draft. So we'll see you guys next time.
Bye, guys.